All right, man. Now Eddie Hearn has jumped in the conversation with Now Eddie Hearn has jumped in the conversation with Tank and Keyshawn Davis, basically saying that Keyshawn now gotta fight Andy to get the Tank. That he gotta fight Andy to get the Tank and all that, and Snow Tank without Andy, and at the end of the day, bro, it ain't no Tank with or without Andy. He ain't fight nobody. And I just find it amazing how boxing continues to literally pamper and cocksuck. Yeah, I said it. Gervonta Davis, like he ain't no whole ass nigga. That's why I say, man, you got to think for yourself in this shit. Real talk. You got to think for yourself. They try to vilify anybody that want to fight the best. You got to figure out, like, why do promoters are so anti against people fighting the best? They all talk to each other behind the scenes. They put this facade out there that, like, they ain't cool, like they beefing and all that type of shit. They put that out there like, they got issues with each other, they got beef, but that ain't really the case. That's not really the case. So that kind of be my thing about it. Like they sitting out here like they really got beef. In reality, it's all good. So why don't they want to make the biggest and best fights in boxing? Why is this always deterring even, other people's, cash cow like Tank? They don't even really be pressing them like that, but they're always telling guys like Blair, you got to do more, or they got to tell other guys, oh, you got to do more, or you ain't did this and did that, but then turn around like Tank that did something. That's because I really think they really eating off these fighters. I think it got to be a reason why they really got to be eating off these fighters like that, bro. They really got to be eating off these fighters, man. Real spill. They really got to be eating too good off these fighters. In my humble opinion, I think they got to be eating too good off these fighters. And that's my opinion. I think they making hella money off these dudes, and they happy at the type of money that they getting right now eating off these fighters, man. But, nonetheless, let's see what Eddie got to say. So Hearn and Keyshawn Davis beat Andy Cruz and forget Tank. So it ain't no Tank with or without Andy Cruz. He said, quote, I love Keyshawn. I think he's a great fighter. He's getting better and better. Said promoter Eddie Hearn to the media, praise to the lightweight contender Keyshawn Davis when, quote, when a fighter comes 5 pounds or 6 pounds over whatever it was, it's not because they're struggling at the weight. The camp and everything is broken down in that fight. So I don't think it's the same Gustavo's limits as you fought Richards and Hitchens, but I think that's irrelevant. Okay, my thing is this. If it's irrelevant, why are you bringing it up? That's my thing. They like, that's like, oh, man, I don't mean to be offensive, but like, okay, if you don't want to be offensive, shut the fuck up. You smell me? Like they always throwing these backhanded compliments. Like, shut up then. It's irrelevant because no. He always taking up for his fighter. Oh man, what's relevant? Shut up. We'll put him in there with Africa then. Put Key in there with Africa, but you got to go in there and the crowd look great in Norfolk, Virginia. Like I said before, Eddie Hearn is full of shit. Eddie Hearn is absolutely full of shit. If it's his guy, he speak all highly of him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your name is. If it's his guy, it's everything gravy. Cash Money is an army, nigga. F a Navy. If you ever try to army, whatever. He said, like I said before, when it's his fighters, it's all gravy. As soon as a fighter don't sign with him or a fighter not with him, he got everything to say in the book. He could call him everything in the book but a child of God. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, bro. So that's my thing. Andy Cruz ain't got no motion right now. None. Andy Cruz got zero motion right now. None. If Andy Cruz didn't exist in boxing, would nobody bat a fucking eye. Let's keep it real. Like most Cuban fighters that turn professional, ain't nobody really tripping. Ain't nobody really tripping on this pimping. So what are you doing? Tank do what he do what cowards do. Well, you didn't beat this guy in amateur, so you don't deserve a fight with me. Nobody deserve a fight with you, especially if they can walk and chew bubblegum. Don't nobody deserve a fight with Tank because he don't want to fight nobody. Why don't we get back to that premise? All these boxers by default praising Tank. Oh, Tank is good and Tank is solid and Tank is a good fighter and he okay. I don't know why they all rank program leader dick suck Tank. I don't get it. I don't know if it's some special type of code where they got to stay on code to dick suck Tank, or if you don't stay on code, it's a problem or whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a national secret society. We gotta prop up Tank. We gotta prop up Tank. I don't know what it is. He says great for boxing. Keyshawn's a great young fighter and in time I think he'll be a great fight for Tank, said Hearn, but he still lost 3 times, 4 to Andy Cruz, our fighter, and never beat Andy Cruz. Jerron Ennis can confirm that. Bonesy can confirm that. He turned Andy Cruz. What they got to do with that? Even if it's that they fight, what they got to do? We all know that's the amateurs. This the professionals. Just because you can't do your job, and promote your fighter and Cruz, don't use my name, Keyshawn, to promote him. So, well, you got to beat him because what happened in the amateurs, and if you don't beat him, then it's like, okay, brother. It's like, okay. So that don't make it. I don't give a nothing, but that's the amateurs, 3-round fights. And Andy Cruz he's a very talented fighter, but you know what I get for beating Andy Cruz? Do I get a title? I beat him once, and I beat him in the professionals. That's all that matter. And Lomachenko only lost a handful of times in the amateurs, but he lost to Teofimo Lopez. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Honestly, what are we talking about? So, he's just trying to promote his fighter. That's all it boiled down to. So, I think if Keyshawn wants to fight with Gervonta, sign us up for Andy Cruz. He took him to school 3 times, 4. Keep saying that. And he'll be ready to do it again. Man, promote your fighter. I'm Keyshawn. Do your job and promote your fighter. Do your job and promote your fighter, Playboy. Don't promote him off my back. And nobody care nothing about the amateurs. Come on. I don't understand why boxing feel the need to have to hide Tank Davis ain't fought nobody. And he's 30 years old. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why he ain't held to the same standard? And from time to time, they do this shit. Usually it's with a non-black fighter, though. So, hey, usually it's with a non-black fighter. But I really don't understand it. I don't. But Eddie's just trying to promote his fighter. So, because Cuban's hard to promote. So that's just what it boiled down to. So, we talking about some shit in the amateurs. Yeah, okay, he won. He beat him 4 or 5 times. But in the professionals, do anybody think Andy Cruz would you bet your life that Andy Cruz beat him again? I don't know. I don't know. Andy Cruz, them Cubans just they don't have enough of an aggressive style, in my opinion. They don't have enough of aggressive style, to get the job done. That's just my opinion on it. They don't have enough of an aggressive style. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But of course Tank gonna hide behind him. He beat Andy Cruz. You still not gonna get that fight. Let's keep it funky. You beat Andy Cruz, you still not gonna get that fight. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be dumb. You beat Andy Cruz, you still ain't gonna get that fight. So hey, play dumb if you want to, but hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance. You get notifications. We go live or drop video. Check out the Patreon. That's in the link tree. Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Updating the podcast right now. The episodes I couldn't get done, so I fixed the podcast. So check that out. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, much, much more. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.